Hello everyone and welcome to 32Soft's September webinar. I'm Denise, your host, and with me to present this month is 32Soft's fearless founder, Alex Kim. But first, please know that everyone connects to the webinar already muted. And now, Alex, if you are ready.
Yes, I am.
Okay, here you go.
Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about uploads, and first I want to thank everyone for finding time and joining us today. So we'll talk today about what might be a challenge, why prompt input is important, different ways to input data to QAD, pros and cons. We'll talk about data loaders, what they are and where they can help, and of course we'll talk about the autoload feature or autoload add-on and where and how it can help you. And we'll wrap up with a Q&A session. So let's begin. QAD runs on data. It's no secret, and tons of data. It is a data monster that needs to be fed. And your business relies on it. And what do we know about the data? Well, the data has to be accurate. Otherwise, we'll face issues later on. The data must be adequate or valid. We can't bring the garbage in, because garbage in means the garbage out. We don't need that. The data must be meaningful and useful. And most importantly, the data must be there at the right time. So why input need to be prompt? And let's review a typical scenario. You just received an order from an anxious customer who wants to build new products, who wants you to build new products for them. However, you won't be able to start manufacturing process until new item numbers are set up in QAD. And then BOMs or product structures need to be set up, then routings, then item site planning parameters, other settings. Then you can enter their order to the system, and only then you can start the planning process. Run MRP, coordinate resources, and then you can purchase components, allocate inventory, schedule production, then you can release the order to production, complete operations, backflash the order, then you can ship products to a customer, invoice the customer, receive the payment, and then the cycle is complete. As you can see, the sooner you can input the information to the system, the sooner you can start the next step. And therefore, the sooner you can complete the whole cycle. Or simply, the prompt information input is good for your business. And where did the data come from? Well, there are two distinct groups. Random data sources presented on the left-hand side, and the second group, external systems on the right-hand side. And these are more systematic data sources, better organized, more trustful. And what do we know about the QAD input methods? There are different ways to input the data to QAD. And among them are manual input through QAD menus, EDI, electronic data interexchange. And if you are in automotive industry, that is your thing. That is your industry standard. A lot of information might be coming through EDI. There are QExtend-based solutions, SimLoads, QAD API, and 32Soft data loaders. All solutions have their pros and cons, and some tools work well for certain scenarios, not necessarily for others. I want to mention that we wrote an article in our website about these methods with comparative analysis, and we'll send you a link in the in-core email next week. But here I just want to share a comparative matrix which shows where our 32Soft data loaders fit compared to other solutions. And as you can see, required expertise is minimum, which means any business or end user can use this tool. Data loaders are reasonably priced. Minimum training time is required. Minimum, there's a reasonable maintenance cost, very quick to implement, takes 30 minutes to install standard version of the program, and then you can use it right away. Most of the data loaders are available for complimentary 60-day trial, if you're interested. And question is, what you can do with the data loaders? Well, here is the list of available programs. And the data loaders are good for maintaining static master files as well as volume transactional data. We have about 60 to 70 programs which represent major QAD data maintenance functions, ranging from item master, product structure, routing, and we have few financial functions here on the left bottom corner. These were highlighted in gray, only good for QAD SE versions, whereas the rest of the programs are good for both for QAD EE and SE versions. Okay. There's also customers, customer maintenance, supplier maintenance, few service-related functions, service module-related functions like install base, contracts. We have purchasing-related functionality here, production with regards to work orders and repetitive, and MSW, PSW as well, forecast. Also functionality for managing customer orders or customer schedules, including intercompany orders, and of course inventory functions. So let's have a closer look. Like what are they? Like what's inside? Well, and first off, data loaders are Excel-based functions. It's Excel-based tools, right? So, which means easy to use, easy to read, browse, and analyze large data sets. You can use all the Excel features to view, analyze, manipulate the data. We have dozens of short video clips on our website demonstrating how you can do this, how you can use these tools. Here I just want to mention that programs look similar and consistent, and typically there is a download button and upload button. And you can download datasets using selection criteria and make changes on the spreadsheet and upload it all back to QAD. Copy-paste data from external sources to avoid manual typing or avoid errors, and then upload to QAD with one click. You can do massive updates like price list, orders, customer schedules, forecast, cost sets, etc. You can process thousands of records within seconds. It means you can literally compress days of work into minutes of work with these tools. There are many case studies published on our website and we'll be happy to share if you're interested. We actually doing another case study with a company called Penumbra Inc. in QAD headquarters in Santa Barbara in October next month. In October at West Coast User Group in Santa Barbara. And Denise has more details. So if you're in the area, please come and join us for this session. There is file reader function. So very, very handy if you receive files, data files in consistent format. Let me show you. So whether it's XML or EDI or text, CSV or Excel file, this function will automatically read the file and place the data elements to the proper ranges on the spreadsheet, and you can upload with one click. So typically you'll see open or open file button on the template, click on it, select the file, and then you see all the data elements placed to the proper Excel ranges. So you can now hit the upload and process to QAD. There is built-in validation, and I should say there are multiple validation layers in each data loader. Without going into the greater technical details, the genuine QAD validation logic is performed. For example, if the value in a cell is not good, it will be highlighted with red, and error is presented when you place the mouse over that red cell, as shown here on this print screen. The error message is exactly the same as if you would enter this value to QAD maintenance program manually. And also we do have find error button here, which helps you to navigate from one error to another, since you might have like thousands of records on the spreadsheet, and it's hard visually even to find, like scroll and find those red highlights. So this button will help you with that as well. Okay. Safe and secure to use. Well, we just talked about built-in validations, and no partial upload is allowed. So it's either all the records accepted or none. So all rejected. There are 3 levels of QAD security: credentials, user group access to QAD menus, site entity security, and all of data loaders are 100% SOX compliant. Many of our customers have to comply with SOX, and everyone passes. Massive updates and data reuse. I mentioned that you can update large data sets in Excel easily, like price list, schedules, cost set, etc. You also can reuse existing QAD data to create new data. For example, you can download existing bill of material, make changes, and upload as a new bill of material to QAD, to the system. You can copy historic orders, make changes, and upload as new orders, or same with the other transactions. You can reuse what you already have, what QAD already knows about. You can sync data between domains or databases. You can download data sets from one domain or database and upload to another. And if it's databases, then they should not necessarily be on the same version. So it could be different versions of QAD. And you can use the same template to download from one and upload to another. That makes it handy for QAD upgrades, or also handy for acquisitions. Like if you acquire new business, then you give them the spreadsheets to fill in the information, the item numbers, the item master information, and then BOMs and routings, and then you can start planning and start building the products with the new business as well. So in summary, I want to highlight the ease of use. The data loaders are uniquely designed for end users, so they can efficiently import large data sets to QAD without help from IT department. And data loaders are designed to produce results, not the headache. And we encourage you to go ahead and request a complimentary 60-day trial if interested. And now, let's talk about autoload. Earlier, we talked about the data sources, and then I mentioned 2 groups of data sources. So the second group was external systems. When usually the systems have better quality data and more consistent, more reliable, more trustful, and also it might be more volume as well. So it's not like one-off or random once in a while, sort of like batch or file. So when you have these 2 prerequisites, data consistency and the volume, then the autoload add-on might be a very good function to install, because it produces better results and given an outstanding return on investment. And what is autoload? Well, the autoload add-on is a data loader without Excel. So there is no user interface. The program uploads data to QAD automatically without user interaction. The validation, verification, upload all done in the server background automatically, quickly, safely, and completely on autopilot. So if we look how does it work, there is a dedicated directory on the server where the input files to be deposited. The autoload add-on has multiple validation layers, very much the same as data loaders. The program does make sure only the good stuff is loaded, producing the results that you want. Similar to data loaders, autoload add-on accepts either the whole batch or rejects it completely. No partial upload is allowed. And another advantage of this method is that the input files can be significant in size. If you tried other methods or alternative products, you may know that there's a limitation on the number of records per input file, no more than 300. And here you can easily upload 1,000 at a time. If you tried our data loaders, you know you can easily upload like 10,000 records within seconds. The autoload add-on is very much the same thing. It's very good with volume. And similar to data loaders, autoload add-on has swift error handling in case any errors occur. So let's have a look. So when an error occurs, the program notifies an administrator, a dedicated person who supervises the process. The autoload produces clear, informative, and descriptive message. Number one, it tells the error location in the file. And number two, it tells the reason for the error. And this is the message as if you would enter the record manually to QAD maintenance program, and the QAD program would reject the record, reject the value, and it'll give you the message. That's the exact message. That's the exact reason you see here in this notification. And these two pieces of information give me enough perfect information to understand what's going on, why it is rejected. So based on that information, administrator easily can decide how she wants to handle the error. And she has four choices. She can fix the value right in the batch file and reprocess it. She can delete the row, the entire record in the input file and reprocess it. Or she can use corresponding data loader to process the file. Or she can fix the error in the source system and re-export the whole batch with the correct information. So that makes error handling very efficient and easy. It doesn't require high level of technical skills. And so trained user or super user will be able to act as administrator and process errors when they occur. And should not necessarily be IT technician or system administrator or business analyst. They're busy enough, so it could be a trained user or super user. So this makes the method more usable and acceptable. And here you can see a sample email that administrator receives. And here at the top you see the file name, the data file, name and location. And this message has two errors. So the first one indicates, okay, row 1, column 3, that is the location, item number, and then this is the code of the item number, and the message reads, item number does not exist. So it's clear for me what to do about it, right? So, and then the second error is on row 5, column 10, quantity 2, count is out of tolerance, right? So it gives me enough information. If I understand the data set, I can understand what to do about it, because IT may not know exactly what to do about it versus the business people. They understand, okay, this is This is what it means. Okay. So in summary, autoload is fast, flawless, and foolproof way to get information from one system to another. Runs completely on autopilot, no human intervention. Data loaders and autoload add-on share the same background mechanism, and so autoload offers very much the same benefits. So it's a solid, robust, responsive, and convenient for daily use. If you tried our data loaders or any other 32Soft software, you understand the concept of install it and forget it, which means no supervision required, does not give any pain, any problems. Just put it in and forget it. It produces the results you want. Swift error handling, flexibility of how you want to process errors based on your situation, based on your expertise or convenience. Quick installation, implementation, minimum training is required. Complimentary trial is available. And last but not least, autoload add-on offers the best return on investment in the market compared to other methods of fully automated data transfer. And with that, I just want to share a word of caution. Regardless of how shiny the promise is, we highly recommend you get working trial to be able to see tangible results. And it doesn't matter who the vendor is, their reputation, their products, please get proof of concept. Make sure the software produces the results you want versus promises of a bird in the sky. Once you see the results, you can make the decision. And then sometimes POC, proof of concept, may require upfront cost, and that's okay as long as it's reasonable and can be applied towards the production license. Beware if you ask to make significant purchasing commitments or large upfront payments without seeing the results. This precaution may sound trivial and obvious, yet unfortunately we've seen many cases when companies wasted a ton of money and resources neglecting proof of concept. And the worst part is that they didn't solve the problem they wanted to solve. The problem remains unresolved. So please do your homework, get POC, proof of concept. Don't get into that trap. The good practice is to contact few vendors and compare their products side by side. And I mean compare the results competitive products produce. You don't need to compare the promises vendors give you, but the results their products create, and then you can make the decision. We offer a 60-day trial, so you can run the software in test environment and see what it does. You can share the results with your team and management, get their consent and support. And our recommendation is, recommended course of action is to get a data loader as a first step. And you can use it for a bit and see how, is your data, how clean it is, and how, if it's consistent, and if it's a volume, then you can put the autoload add-on in, and you will get much better value. It's fully automated, and it'll produce a greater return on investment, because we want your companies to be successful. And that concludes my presentation. So Denise, let's move on to Q&A session.
Because we do have some upcoming events to let you know about, webinars. In October, we have customer schedules, flexible and flawless. And that is followed by inventory control in November. Registration to both of these is open, and links are available at the bottom of all of our communications. So when I send out the replay, you will be able to register right from the bottom of that, or on our website as well. And as Alex did mention, we have some upcoming conferences. And next week we'll be at the Midwest User Group Conference in Ohio. and that is followed in October by the West Coast user group in Santa Barbara. So as Alex also mentioned, if you are attending either, please be sure to stop by our booth. We'd love to see you and say hello, and hopefully you can attend the presentations as well. I'm going to do a quick check for any additional questions, and it does not appear that I have any registered as yet. But again, keep them coming. Alex, Christian, is there anything else we might want to add before we close out for today?
Just want to thank everyone for your time and joining us today. Yeah, thank you again for your interest, and yeah, please join us again next month for next webinars.
Yes, please do. And so why automate? Plenty of reasons, including all those Alex mentioned, especially time saved, which means money saved. Automation is cost cutting by tightening the corners and not cutting them. So everything to gain, nothing to lose. Thanks very much for your time today, everybody. And certainly we do hope to see you again next month. And we hope you enjoy the final days of summer. See you soon, and thanks again. Bye-bye.